far as the president's concerned, it's D-Day. Unfortunately, D stands for defeat, because that's what's going to happen with regard to the disloyal Republicans in Congress, the corrupt federal judges, everyone who somehow has taken some action to destroy the chances of the president to be the 46th president of the United States. The president is distraught. We can understand that, but the American people are even more distraught, because what we're going to get into office are a bunch of rabid leftists, anti-Semites, anti-Christians, anti-whites, atheists, everybody from every walk of life in terms of the radical left on January 20th is going to be infesting the White House and the government. And that's why yesterday I wrote a column. I want people to read it. You can find it at freedomwatchusa.org, which made a suggestion. Let's turn January 6, 2021 into July 4th, 1776. Read it carefully. Read it in conjunction with the Declaration of Independence and my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry, which you can get at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, BooksAMillion.com, all the major booksellers. Because we are in a revolution. It's not on the future. We're currently in a revolution because the radical left has declared war on us. And they are going to, make no mistake about it, take control of this very corrupt, worthless, and frankly, outdated so-called government. And once they get control, as I've said over and over again, they're never going to give it back, not through any constitutional means. And besides, we can't even use constitutional means anymore. You see what happens when you try to vote, because massive fraud will, in fact, cause the defeat of any candidate that you may support. And what is going on January 6th? Well, first of all, on January 5th are the Georgia elections. And the Georgia elections are going to result in the defeat of the two Republican candidates. Not the fact that they're the be-all and end-all in any event, but these are people who are Republican establishment hacks, and you can't depend on them even if they get into Congress, because who are they going to be working with? They're going to be working with Mitch McConnell, who threw the president under the bus, who himself has taken money from communist China, who is two-faced, and as far as all these judges that he boasts that he put in power, read my book, read my lips. It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. The Trump judges lack courage, and they're almost as bad as the Obama and Clinton judges because they were put on his desk to nominate. He didn't know who he was nominating. These Republican establishment hacks, through money and through power, got their judges on the bench. And now they betrayed even the president. So what I'm suggesting is on January 6th, when the president has called for a mass protest, rather than walking around Washington, D.C. aimlessly, that hundreds of thousands, if not over 1 million, encircle the White House and say to the president, do not leave until we get fair and honest elections, not fraudulent elections. Invoke your executive power under the Insurrection Act, in effect, declare a temporary martial law, freeze things. You're not leaving until we have a new election and let the best man or the best woman win. And that's what needs to happen now. We're in a crisis because on the horizon, we have a socialist, communist, atheist, anti-Semitic, anti-Christian administration that's going to take control of your lives, enslave you in a godless state. And I'm saying is that if we circle the White House and say, we're protecting the president, the police and the military would dare not fire on us. It would be like Tiananmen Square in communist China back in 1991. That wouldn't happen. But even if they did, we have Second Amendment rights to defend ourselves. And let them come for us. We're not going to do anything violent towards them. But if they choose to do anything violent towards us, then we have a right of self-defense. And that's my message. Nobody else is saying that. No one else has the guts to say that. No one has the guts to tell the truth, because most of the people that are out there are simply profiteering from what's going on, asking for more money to put more corrupt Republicans in power, which are not going to happen in any event. And forget about the president in 4 years. I hope he gets a good network and that he can somehow take over the media with regard to Fox News and Newsmax, which is owned, or at least it's now managed by Chris Ruddy, I don't know the ownership, who gave $1 million to the Clinton Foundation. Forget about Newsmax. They're as bad as Fox. That's what he should be doing. But as far as running again for office, no, he did some great things in the last 4 years. We thank him for that. We have to move on. We, the people, now need to rise up. Read what I have to say, and it takes a revolution. Forget the scandal industry. You can get it at Amazon.com. I'm not doing it to make money. I'm doing it because we need to educate the American people that now is the time. The second American Revolution has arrived. God bless to you. Happy New Year. If you can have a Happy New Year. It's not a Happy New Year, to be honest. But do the best you can. Be with your family. Pray to God and his son. He is with us if we help ourselves. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.